All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. Wow. Wow. Wow, man. Wow. Hey, Sean. I'm live, bro. I'm on YouTube.
You like?
Yeah.
Oh my days, man! Miss, I'm at my work and I can't concentrate.
Bro, I was watching TV with my family.
Yeah.
I wasn't even expecting any of this. I was just watching TV, and then I came to just check up few things, and I saw my phone. I saw your message, and you're like, "Did you see the news?" And I'm like, "Okay, let me check the news. What's up?" And then the man sacked.
Bro, he's gone. I mean, I'm working. Yeah, I can't even concentrate on my work. I mean, even my manager is pulling my leg. Yeah,
Bro.
He's a Real Madrid fan. Yeah, he's like, "What is this shit club doing?"
Bro,
I'm
actually shaking. Like I know his time was coming up, but I'm actually shaking. Like this is this, no one expected a sack. Like not so immediately.
No. At least not now. Yeah, at least not now.
This
It's
is
just like what 3 losses, right? 3 or 4 losses, and he's gone.
You know what it tells me, Ishan? I think it was a lot deeper. Like it was a lot deeper than just the 3 losses. Like I think, but I just find this whole thing strange, Ishan, man. Like we literally got him all these players, and we got rid of all these players.
Yeah.
Like I find this a bit. Anyway, bro.
I did not anticipate it, man. It was like he seemed happy with the new signings. He was excited to work in the new project. With all these new signings, a lot of players gone out as well.
Yeah, just
and the worst part, we don't have anybody else. I mean, I don't see any other option, man. I don't see who we bring in.
This is incredible, man. I mean,
I can't concentrate on my work, mates, today.
I'm shocked. I swear I'm shocked. I did not anticipate this. It's almost 8 p.m. I was getting ready to just wind down, relax, go to bed or something. I'm shocked, bro. I know things haven't been good. I get it, but and I said it in my review after yesterday's match that look, his time's getting numbered, like his time is ticking, but sacked straight away. Wow.
Straight away. Wow. This is
Wow.
Just 3 or 4 losses as well, right? I mean, just 3 or 4 losses.
Wow.
I mean, wow. These guys have taken some good trainings from Roman Abramovich, seems like.
Who knows? Maybe Roman called them. Maybe Roman called them and said, "Mate, sack this guy immediately."
Yeah, probably. I mean,
all right, bro. I'll catch you later. Yeah, I'll do a live now. There's 104 people live. Yeah. I'll catch you later, bro. Bye.
Yeah, man. All right, bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the other side of the coin where what happened? Can someone what happened? Like I'm still baffled. Like who broke the news? Can someone send me links? I'm all over the place. Like normally I'm prepared. Like I don't know what has happened. Was it Fabrizio? Who? Was it Einstein? Matt Law? Who broke the news, man? This is mad. I'm literally shaking. I'm actually shaking, man. I have to be honest. I know his time was numbered. I get it, but this I think is it's a bit outrageous, no? I know he wasn't good. I get it. Like, this guy literally won the Champions League not that long ago, man. After that shaky situation last season as well, like, he saw us through that moment. Injuries galore. So many players. I guess it was deeper than all. Like, it was a lot deeper. It was a lot deeper. Balan, thank you so much for the super chat. The options are bad. Poch, bottle job. Zidane overhyped. Potter inexperienced. Too stressful for him. Lamb, Stevie G, and Rogers outlast TT. Mad. Oh my days. I don't even think it's gonna be Zidane. I don't think it's gonna be Zidane, man. Potter, is he leaving Brighton now? I don't think he is, man. I don't think he's leaving Brighton now. Um, can we get Luis Enrique? That would be my choice, but it's the World Cup season. For F's sake, man. Far out. Jay Don, thank you so much for the super chat. I felt this was coming and I wasn't convinced Tuchel is the long-term manager. Matt Law just dropped an article that the board had reservations about him. The board had reservations. The board was going to give him a 2-year contract extension, weren't they? Wasn't it just literally a couple of weeks ago they were talking about contract extensions? Or am I dreaming here? I feel sick to my stomach. Can't believe it. As I keep saying, I know his time was getting numbered, but this seems outrageous to me, man. This seems outrageous. And I get it, these new owners, and I've been saying it as well, live chat, I've said it, they probably want to see a return on their investment. There's a lot of money that's been thrown. I told you, Miz, he's losing the dressing room. You did, Himanshu. You did, man. But it's mad, man. These players won. Didn't Ben Chilwell give an interview not that long ago saying how much he likes this manager? Who's he fallen out with? And I thought every player that he's fallen out with had already left. I thought the players he's fallen out with has gone. Surely Christian Pulisic and Ziyech are not the ones driving him out. I'm literally shaking, man. I'm shaking. I got goosebumps. What now? What now? Don't be surprised for Sampaoli. Wouldn't surprise. Director of football needed. All these players, like, far out, man. They all came. Koulibaly. Like, didn't Thomas Tuchel run the transfer business? We got all these players for Thomas Tuchel. We got all these CBs. What if the new manager comes in and goes, F the 3 at the back? We're not playing with this many CBs. Oh, my. We're in square one again, aren't we? All these CBs, man. This is what I said, man. All these players that we were getting, it looked a bit mad, man. Not every Chelsea fan, but absolutely shell-shocked. This is going to cause some rift for sure. Just look at the legacy he's built with you lot. Potter to Chelsea is like Moas to United too big. He ain't coming, man. And then he could be one of those managers just good for that kind of a club, like a David Moyes situation to United. Like as this super chat here. It seems they want Paul Mitchell and Poch. Yeah, Poch. It's probably going to be Poch, isn't it? It's going to be Poch. He's the only one that's available. Like, he's the only one that's available right now. Oh, far out. let me just check out some of these news. Don't know what to say, man. Wow, what? He was saying no time for. I don't even think Tuchel knew he was getting sacked. Did Thomas Tuchel even think he was getting sacked? Because Thomas Tuchel was talking as if. What the far out? What's going on? Chelsea Football Club part company with Thomas Tuchel. Pardon? Good God, I can't. Not a single fan expected this. Not a single fan expected this. Like, I know a lot of people wanted. Look at the comments here, man. Not, I swear they caught us off guard. If they want returns, get Zidane, not Poch Butler. Zidane probably wants that French job, man. Nah, this doesn't sit right with me. CFC Daily, didn't you want him gone? I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I can't believe this, man. I'm dumbfounded, man. I'm absolutely dumbfounded. Chelsea Football Club part company with Thomas Tuchel. Wow. I wonder what the conversation was post Zagreb match. That wouldn't have been pretty at all. Was this shocking for the players? Did the players know? On behalf of everyone at Chelsea FC, the club would like to place on record its gratitude to Thomas Tuchel and his staff for all the efforts during their time with the club. Thomas will rightly have a place in Chelsea's history after winning the Champions League, the Super Cup, and Club World Cup in his time here. I swear it doesn't sit right with me, man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It doesn't sit right with me. I'm sorry. This doesn't seem right with me, man. I know his time was coming, like it was numbered, but this is outrageous, man. I swear. At least give him a bit more time, man. We still ended up coming fourth last season after a tumultuous season. Sanctions, ownership change. That was heavy, man. The sanctions and ownership. I don't know how you guys want to look at that. That was heavy. He wanted Rudiger. And we saw the news a couple of days ago how the previous owners, they didn't do their level best to keep Rudiger. They didn't do their level best to do a whole heap of things. This doesn't sit right with me, man. This is mad. This is actually mad. I know he hasn't been good. I get it. He hasn't been good for a while. I get it, but this is mad. For me, this is mad. At least let's see him out for a little bit longer. I don't know how we'll get, but Flick is the only right one. Flick ain't coming, man. He's Germany manager, man. Because these are the days you wake up and think, WTF. I understand that result versus Zagreb, bad. I get it, bad. We were all hurting. I understand it. But it was the first game of the group stage, man. AC Milan had a draw as well against Salzburg. Like, it's not a foregone conclusion. Was there something even like? Did some of the players vouch for? I can't imagine how. There's so many players that we've brought in: Kukurea, Sterling, Koulibaly, Fofana, Aubameyang, Zakaria. I'm sure they wouldn't have said, yeah, let's get him sacked. Yeah, let's get him sacked immediately. Silva, I don't imagine Silva would have said, let's get him sacked. I don't imagine Jorginho, Kovacic. Like, the gaffer liked these players. The players liked him. Ben Chilwell. All the players that kind of disliked him left. Mohamed El Madari only said the decision was taken before Zagreb. What? The decision to sack him, apps, was before the game. I need to read this, man. I need to read this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me read what Matt Law. Oh, did you guys say that Oni, or okay, yeah, I've got the Athletic. Let me see if I can read it out. I think I've still got the subscription for the Athletic. Wow, yeah, okay. Let me read it out to you guys. Thomas Tuchel sacked head coach of Chelsea, David Ornstein, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea have sacked head coach Thomas Tuchel. It is understood the decision is not to do with Chelsea's 1-0 defeat to Dynamo Zagreb last night and that his future was already concluded. This is mad. This is mad. The German 49 has left Stamford Bridge just 7 matches into the season following a 1-0 defeat by Dynamo Zagreb in the Champions League on Tuesday night. Chelsea are hoping to appoint a new coach quickly, possibly before their next game against Fulham on Saturday. Are you mad? Are you mad? We're going to have a new coach before Fulham. So this was cooking. This was cooking. Bielsa, Potter, Poch, the options are minimum. It's probably going to be Poch. It's probably going to... My money would be on Poch. I can't see how anyone else comes now. Flicks with Germany, Luis Enriquez with Spain, Zidane wants the French job. Potter ain't leaving Brighton now, man. Hope Potter brings magic wand with him when he comes to suddenly make all these players creative. Tuchel wasn't just the problem, it's players as well. 100% it's players as well, man. Like, I can't believe the players got away with this, man. But I guess what do? You can't sack all the players. And I think Todd Bowley and the new ownership, they did everything possible to get rid of all the bad players. There is never a boring day on this channel. Honestly, I didn't even expect this. I was getting ready to sleep, man. I really was. Chelsea are hoping to appoint a new coach quickly, possibly before the next game against Fulham on Saturday. Nobody's waiting in the wings as a replacement, and the interim coaching staff will take charge for the next couple of days. So you want to get a new coach by Fulham, but no one's there at the moment for replacement. How's that going to happen? In the statement, club have also said Chelsea's coaching staff will take charge for the team for training and the preparation of our upcoming matches as the club moves swiftly to appoint a new head coach. Oh my God. Guess what? Our wingers still can't beat their man. Yeah. Tuchel was appointed by Chelsea in January 2021 and had an immediate impact winning the Champions League in the first seasons at the club. In 2021-22, Chelsea reached both the FA Cup and Carabao Cup final as they secured a third-place finish in the Premier League. Tuchel spearheaded Chelsea at a time of uncertainty for the club as owners. As Roman Abramovich departed as owner last season, Chelsea were one of the biggest spenders in the summer transfer window, signing Wesley Fofana, Aubameyang, and Raheem Sterling. Chelsea are sixth in the Premier League and play Fulham on Saturday. Chelsea have sacked head coach Thomas Tuchel. The German 49 has left the Stamford Bridge just 7 matches in. Tuchel was appointed. Yeah. Far out. What's Mr. Matt Law saying? Let me see what Mr. Matt Law is saying. Wow. Okay, so this is what Matt Law is saying. Revealed why Chelsea's new owners decided Thomas Tuchel had to go. Tensions over the summer and Germans' buy-in to Bowley's Clear Lake project meant this could never be a long-term relationship. What? Thomas Tuchel didn't buy in? This doesn't feel right to me, man. Lukaku might be back now. Madness. Yeah, Lukaku might be back, actually. Yeah. Lukaku might be back. I'm 100% sure players had something to do with this. So, okay, let me listen to this. This is what Matt Law is saying. Why Chelsea's new owners decided Thomas Tuchel had to go. Tensions over the summer and Germans' buy-in to Todd Bowley's Clear Lake project meant this could never be a long-term relationship. Thomas Tuchel this week completed 100 games in charge of Chelsea, but it took the club's owners just 100 days to come to this conclusion that the new era requires a new head coach. Chelsea's defeat to Dinamo Zagreb, attended by co-controlling owners Todd Bowley and Baghdad Akbali, in many ways underlined a decision that was already in the pipeline regardless of the result. It was during their review of 100 days of active ownership that Bowley and Akbali discussed their progress in creating a new culture at Chelsea and the long-term prospects of Tuchel, who had done little to prove that he wanted to take a proactive part of it. He didn't want to take a proactive part? This is mad to me. Honestly, this is all mad to me. Publicly, he insisted he was in for it for the long haul, saying before the trip to Croatia that he hoped there will be another 100 games, then another 100 coming. But privately, his attitude and demeanor raised serious doubts, and that ultimately was his undoing. Even more than Chelsea suffering 3 successive away defeats or a series of turgid performances, the fact that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang looked to be deadline day signing with Tuchel's name on it proved to be the red herring. Bowley and his Clear Lake Capital co-owners want a new culture at Stamford Bridge and decided that Tuchel is not the man to help them lead it. Bowley and Iqbali's initial plan had been to put their faith in Tuchel. He was given greater control in the transfer market and backed with more responsibility than any coach had enjoyed under previous owner Roman Abramovich. But 100 days of working together raised doubts over whether the relationship could be one for the long term. Instead, it increasingly appeared that Tuchel was perhaps better suited to the more detached management style of the past regime. Bowley and co. will be aware that this is a decision that will invite scrutiny and criticism, especially following a transfer window in which they spent almost 300 million. Having made himself chairman and taken on the title of interim sporting director, Bowley put a target on his back, and there will be some anger from the section of supporters who idolize Tuchel and ridicule from those pundits who have already accused Chelsea's owners of playing real-life championship manager. The decision to sack former chairman Bruce Buck and director Marina Granovskaya were never likely to cause much of a public relations storm, while Peter Cech went off his own accord, having been asked to stay. But Tuchel had earned himself a place in the hearts of supporters for the 2021 Champions League success. Ultimately, however, Chelsea's owners know they must ignore the noise and concerns It's a whole heap of stuff. And given how his popularity dropped with a number of players, Bowley and Iqbali can be confident they will not face any sort of revolt. They will explain that sacking Tuchel is aimed at the long term. Wow. The fact Graham Potter is the favourite of Chelsea's target to replace the former Paris Saint-Germain proves the point. Apparently, Graham Potter is the favourite. Bowley's philosophy and that his partner is to hire for long term, as proved by some of the Chelsea's. A clash of management styles first surfaced on Chelsea's tour of the United States, during which Tuchel cut an irritated figure. The German could not contain his anger following the 4-0 trashing by Arsenal in Orlando, and spent the entire journey back to England deep in his own thoughts. That 4-0 killed us, didn't it? I said that was going to affect us. I knew that loss was a bit too much. Pritham, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Bowley's interest in signing Cristiano Ronaldo provided an early difference of opinion, with the American reluctant to simply take no for an answer from Tuchel, who, according to sources, seemed exasperated at having to explain his reasons for not wanting the Portuguese. There was problems, weren't there? Top Bowley, we know, wanted Cristiano Ronaldo. Tuchel didn't want him. Crucially, the owners want a coach they can invest in for the future, and The atmosphere at Chelsea's training ground has been described as tense, and Tuchel's popularity nosedived with a group of players who felt they had been treated unfairly, both in terms of team selections and positions they were asked to play. Players have been left in the cold only to be brought back unexpectedly before being dropped again. Hakim Ziyech started the defeat to Southampton, despite the fact he had been trying to negotiate a move out of Chelsea, with Christian Pulisic taking his place in the following game against West Ham United. Ziyech did not look like a man trying to do his head coach any favours when he was thrown on at halftime in Zagreb. Wow. Apparently, Matt Law thinks Graham Potter is the favorite, and obviously all the disagreements. I knew Todd Bowley badly wanted Ronaldo. Results and performances not just to blame. Tension since tour and communication dried up. Arsenal 4-0. That destroyed him, didn't it? That he could not get over it. Players unhappy with decisions, desire for long-term head coach. They need to buy into the new culture. Far out. Wow. These journalists knew it was happening. No way they write the articles so quickly. Yeah, you're probably right. People who say Potter is great are really dumb, man. End of season, Brighton struggle, and these are like Potter in like, what the F, man. Tuchel not problem. Certain players coddled and protected. So Bowley gets rid of all the structure at Chelsea and expects Tuchel to hit the ground running. Well, next management to be sacked in 2 years again and again. Cycle keep going. Sad days ahead, bro. Let's go get Valverde. At least he'll attack. Players must have known. The players betrayed Tuchel. Players must have known. These players got now the manager's fired. Fulham game will say it all if players pull it out the bag, yeah. That's why it was a bit unusual to see all of these players perform so poorly all together, but just the new players wouldn't be wanting him gone. clearly Todd Bowley and the Clear Lake capital, Baghdad Egbali, like they fell out. They fell out with Thomas Tuchel. And they've been going to the matches. I mean, if we are hating watching Chelsea, you can imagine how they're feeling and spending all that money. These players knew it as well, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure the players knew it, man. The players have a lot to prove. I believe some players have been hiding behind the formation and being played out of position. Yeah, started from displacing. I said it, man. I said it at pre-season. Some of you guys told me, a bit too early to judge, but we didn't look good, man. I'm telling you, we didn't look good in that pre-season. And a 4-0 thrashing from Arsenal seems like it hit Thomas Tuchel hard. What else is going on, man? What else is going on social media? PY is saying, I can't fall in love with the manager anymore. I thought with the backing they gave him, they'd ride out the tough times like Tuchel did for us. Tuchel hated losing. You could see that. You see what Chelsea meant to him, and they've shoved him out the door. Disgraceful decision. I have to say, I don't know if I can agree with this, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, I don't think I can agree with this. I think this was a bit too premature. One more thing, you're not welcome. Finally, best news I've heard all. Yeah, I mean, some of you guys will say it's best news. For me, this was crazy. Matt going off, Bowley, you're a disgrace. Grizz, been telling you ages, long season. Far out. That's mad. That's mad, man. Potter is good, but his football takes some time, and we don't know how he will handle big character. I wish we can land Enrique or Flick, my two top. Yeah, my selection would have been Enrique, because that's the football I want to play, man. I want us to play that gorgeous football. Chelsea have sacked Thomas Tuchel. He was informed this morning the decision is not only down to mixed results or a reaction to the poor Dinamo loss alone. It's part of a wider summer of strategic change too. The new American owners had every intention of sticking with Tuchel when they first joined, and by spending 270 million plus, they backed him with a record spend, but there were doubts and eventually friction over how he handled the ownership transition. I didn't know that Thomas Tuchel was, and I thought he was. That just shows, man, we don't know anything, man. You don't know what's going on internally. The way Thomas Tuchel was, I felt like he was transparent in the press conference. He was being very honest and straightforward, and not once did you ever get a vibe that he's against the new ownership. It felt like he was pro the new ownership. He was enjoying it. Obviously, he didn't enjoy being so involved, but he had to be. And now he was more focused on being, managing the team. And the transfer window is shut anyway. We were going to get the director of football. We were going to get new scout head of scouts. Tuchel was given more responsibility and ultimately authority. To some degree, every manager wants this, but with Bowley as interim sporting director, Tuchel's role became pivotal. Bowley and Tuchel were in daily contact. Often for hours, there was a constant stream of calls. Okay. Tuchel became frustrated during the window and communication broke down at times right when Tuchel's input was needed the most. This was pretty apparent at times in America. Why? Tuchel wanted to focus on football. New owners, on the other hand, felt he could have done more to aid with transfers. This was very obvious during parts of the failed chase for Rafinha, Jules Koundé. Xavi was more part of the pitch. Is it because Thomas Tuchel didn't pick up the phone and contact Rafinha? Is it because he didn't convince Jules Koundé? Maybe. Some things that Frank Lampard was good at. One thing Frank was good at, he knew how to convince players. And he's still convincing players at Everton, by the way. He was always good at convincing players. And maybe Thomas Tuchel. And this, I guess that's the strange part, wasn't it? The whole summer, we were wondering, why are these players choosing Barcelona for less money? Rafinha, Koundé. Romelu Lukaku's exit didn't influence much, although he was frank with Bowley before he left. But it started a trend of Bowley talking directly and openly to players, including Cesar Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva, and Reece James. I can't imagine any of these brothers talking down on Thomas Tuchel. How? If anything, Thomas Tuchel always wanted to keep Azpilicueta. And Thiago Silva and Reece James. He likes all of these players. In the end, there was a feeling, even before indifferent results, that a new manager might be better for a new era. This is also in part because Abramovich's tenure was so atypical in many ways. It might be easier with a new boss. Tuchel is obviously hugely respected, but told the new owners want a manager who is both a fit the team and business, with the latter so different to the old regime. Graham Potter is the early favorite to replace Tuchel. Well, there you go. Graham Potter, ladies and gentlemen. Scotty Cadet, thank you so much for the super chat, homies. Like I said in my last super chat against West Ham, systems hasn't worked. TT plays one system. Decision needed to be made. We've been poor. Wow. Chelsea's new owners being lapped up by casuals as ruthless and want to win, but in talks with a manager from Brighton who I like, but who hasn't won anything, and a serial loser from Spurs who made PSG worse. Tuchel won us 3 trophies and got us to 3 finals in 20 months. He's a winner. Do you know what? Look, this is my honest opinion. Ladies and gentlemen. Has Tuchel been poor for a while? Of course. But has circumstances helped him out? Probably not. We still won trophies under him as well, man. We did win trophies under him. We reached finals, and he was let down by individual performances in final. Christian Pulisic, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, all of these people missing. We should have won both the FA Cup and Carabao Cup last season. I mean, what more help? A lot of people were saying that Todd Bowley is a rookie, obviously, in this department. He's never owned an European team, let alone a football club. And him being the director of football, running the show for the interim part, perhaps needed a lot more help from Thomas Tuchel. But I find it hard to believe where Thomas Tuchel wouldn't have helped him. Like why wouldn't he help him? And how much more help? Like, what could he have done? Like, contact all of these players or something? Like, something obviously happened, but I just feel like it's a bit ruthless to let him go. But obviously, it was a breakdown in communication, of course. When that happens, you have to part ways. We can sit here and talk about Thomas Tuchel being, Thomas Tuchel, this whole situation's a bit ruthless. It shouldn't have happened. Thomas Tuchel deserved to stay a little bit longer. We could sit here and do all of that. But if you're the owner of the football club, say for example, you guys own Chelsea Football Club, and your manager is broken down in communications with you, you're probably going to sack him. You're probably going to sack him. I'm just a bit surprised that literally a couple of weeks ago, they were talking about contract extension. Not that long ago, they were talking about contract extension. I just want to find that tweet. I'm pretty sure. Typical contract. Pretty sure that was not that long ago. Look at this. Look at this. Simon Johnson, 31st August, just about a week ago, 1 week ago, some initial contract talks over a new contract at CFC for Tuchel have already been taken place, but the timing doesn't feel right with the team in such disappointing form. There are other priorities. Some initial contract talks over a new contract at just 8 days ago. If I see Poch, I'm watching Erik ten Hag at United. Truth is, I wasn't happy with how Tuchel was performing recently. My YouTube videos and tweets made that clear. However, Bowley should have done this earlier, in my opinion. With all this info coming out, it was clear it would be an eventual thing to them. That window made it look like he wanted to keep the manager long term. We got rid of the players like Billy as well. This was too late, really. I don't care if people knew in advance it was too late. But look on the bright side, new management, new manager. Cool. I will wait and see how things unfold in the next few months. But one thing's for sure, Chelsea's fans have changed. Realism is cool, but it can be a big excuse for a lack of principles. If you generally feel hiring and firing is the way forward and wanted Tuchel out, we can't agree, but I can respect... well... Sources have claimed that Tuchel's relationship with a number of Chelsea squad has deteriorated, while his team selections have caused surprise and at times frustration among the players who felt unfairly left out or played out of position. Wow. Please look at Chelsea Dodgers' new tweet about Miguel Delaney. Chelsea Dodgers. Can you put the link, man? It's easier to put the link. I found it. Just read this from Miguel Delaney article on Tuchel and the players. If true, this is so shameful from the players. I repeat, if true. Tuchel's idea were no longer transmitting. He stopped getting through. It probably didn't help that some of the players had been talking about his private life and how he had a younger girlfriend as his marriage fell apart. It might be trivial, but it played into how the perception of him transformed. He was no longer... Why would players care about his private life? I don't know what's going on, man. Honestly, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on anymore. When the world was crumbling against us, this man stood by us. Yeah. Yeah, that's gossip news. Don't listen to that. Advaid. We're in the mud, man. Miz, this is crazy news. I mean, I'm not a Chelsea fan, but to any football fan, seeing this makes no sense, really. It's just, I mean, now we're hearing that he fell out with the owners. I didn't even know that was going on. Miz, how many times have we said during the season, why didn't we go for this player? TT transfer plan was trash from the beginning, just going for big names. Yeah, and this is why we wanted director of football, didn't we? And we all kind of accepted the fact that Todd Bowley gave all the power to Thomas Tuchel to run the show. We wanted him to have his players and his way and whatnot. Arsenal fans are going to laugh at us thinking, oh, we are the ones. It's the 4-0 defeat that seemed to have destroyed Thomas Tuchel, destroyed his heart. That was a heavy defeat, and I knew that was going to cause a bit of an issue, but I thought maybe that would wake us up. It is mad when you think about it that we played so well against Spurs. I know we didn't win, but we should have won. But we played so well against Spurs, and then it's been dross since then. Like, how do you go from playing well against Spurs to really, really poor? And it looked like Thomas Tuchel was up for the challenge as well against Spurs. And then we got battered by Leeds, which the thing is, we took heavy defeats, and also the defeat against Southampton wasn't good. It was a spineless defeat against Southampton. Shook, man. I'm shook. CFC is talking to Potter right this moment. Simon Phillips. Let's have a look at what Simon Phillips is saying. Nick Pewell. Graham Potter understood to be early front runner for the Chelsea job. The Chelsea bosses still understood to crave longevity in the manager's role, but were convinced Tuchel could not make it work and felt they had to act fast. I understand Chelsea are in talks with Graham Potter and Mauricio Pochettino. Maurizio Pochettino. I get the feeling it's going to be Poch. April 27. There's a feeling in the dressing room that it is costing them key players and could plunge the head coach Thomas Tuchel's future into doubt. Unfortunately, as I understand, there is some truth to this, to the above. I didn't want to believe it, but been told for weeks now that Tuchel has lost many players in the dressing room. Style of play, arguments, much more. Not saying it's right, but that's what's happened here. Potter plays good football, but he has not won anything nor made to any semi-finals. How are they getting returns with Potter, who's inexperienced? Yeah, the whole look. I like Graham Potter. What he's doing with Brighton is incredible, but it is a gamble. It is a gamble. Like it just because he's done well with Brighton, and I know with the team with a much stricter budget, lower budget, that doesn't translate that he's going to bring all of that and it's all going to work in a bigger club like Chelsea football. It doesn't work like that. It is a gamble. And what happens if Graham Potter can't seem to get the best out of some of these players? These players have fallen out with. These players have fallen out with Frank Lampard. These players have fallen out with Thomas Tuchel. These players, who's to say that they won't fall out with Graham Potter eventually enough? And then what? We sack again. There has to be some sort of stability. You can't just go on every 2 years sacking. That's just mad, man. And now Graham Potter comes in. Graham Potter. One thing about Graham Potter, he probably will use three at the back because he's been using three at the back at Brighton. Who knows? Certain players maybe Graham Potter might not like. It's a gamble. It's a gamble from Graham Potter's point of view as well. Obviously, the money will be good, but he would have to think deep because Graham Potter, if you are going south, you're probably going to get the sack too. I'd rather we tried for Mourinho or Conte again. Conte ain't leaving. Mourinho ain't leaving. Right? Mourinho, third time. Come on, man. Potter plus Brighton weren't an overnight success. Exactly. They weren't an overnight success. It took a while. It did take a while. You're right, man. You're right. Brighton has a fantastic scouting team. We don't even have a DOF. We can't just get Potter. We need their scouting team with Potter to match him. Yeah. It's different. It's different levels, though. I know Brighton's doing really well. Like they operate in a different manner, man. They operate in a smaller budget, and they don't. At Chelsea Football Club, there's a desire to buy the best players. Like whether you like it or not, there is a desire to buy top-notch players because it's not just for the club. Obviously, you want the best players of the world in the club, of course, but it's for social purposes as well, for media purposes, for marketing purposes. Brighton don't buy players for marketing purposes. Do you know what I mean? Like, these are sort of some of the things we need to think about because Chelsea is a brand, man. It's a global brand. Two clubs run very differently. Werner, thank you so much for the super sticker, man. Don't be surprised if you see Cristiano Ronaldo at Chelsea in January. Todd Bowley clearly wants him for business reasons, and Titi objected. Titi wasn't sacked for football reasons only. There's more to it. Yeah, you're right, Adam. You're right. I mean, this is what the article says. This is what everyone's been saying. David Einstein, Matt Law, they've all been saying that there's been few things that's been disturbing. Obviously, the Arsenal 4-0, that kind of started the rut. And then obviously the disagreement between Ronaldo was apparently a categorically no from Thomas Tuchel, which Todd Bowley did not like. Because we have to ask ourselves, how did so many players want out? Truth bombs. Some of these things are all new to me, man. I don't even know what kind of truth bomb I can do here. Like, some of those players that wanted out, they weren't good. Let's be honest, man. They weren't good as well. Was Lukaku good? I mean, Lukaku, he went and he did his own interview. Was that good? Timo Werner, how many misses did he have, Timo Werner? Emerson was never a part. Alonso, 50-50. Every player that left, Ross Barkley, we wanted them to leave, right? Like live chat, nearly 800 of you guys are live. We wanted them to leave, yeah? Malang Sarr. Some of them didn't make sense, like Billy Gilmore, Ampadu didn't make sense to me, but made a lot of sense to some of you guys. Yeah. Wow. Wow. 。  . 。  . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 。 。 。 . 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 . 。
Wow. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap things up. I'm actually I'm lost. I'm a bit lost for words. I need to process this a little bit more. Grimmy, thank you so much for the super chat. Graham Potter has 16 million release clause in his contract. They'll easily pay that 16 million. I mean, if they can pay 70 million and they were going to bid 90 million for Vardio, I think the way Miz felt about Tuchel, we all felt. I think Tuchel just never looked the same after his divorce. Yeah, maybe personally. Yeah, personally, it was affecting him. Like it or not, Miz, some of these players had a point. Yeah, maybe they did, man. Maybe they did. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch you guys later. I just need to process what's going on, man. I don't know what's. Yeah. Try and catch you guys live again down the track. I was thinking about doing a watch along later tonight for the Champions League game. I'm not even sure if I'm in the right frame of mind to do that. Maybe I'll wake up in the morning and do a live with you guys and talk a little bit more. I'll catch you guys later. Yeah, bye.